Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, may the Almighty, the creator of you and me and the entire universe, shower His blessings upon all of us and may peace prevail in our world. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. What is hijab and what is not hijab? I need to talk to you on this topic. The word hijab is derived from the Arabic word hajaba, which means to hide, as a barrier, as a partition. And it's not just the dress, as many people understand. It is something more than that. Hijab means modesty, privacy. Hijab also inclusive of one's behavior, character, body language, and everything is included in that. Everything that should go in a modest way, so that morality prevails in the society. For that we call hijab. And many of us think that it is only for women. No. If we analyze the verses in the Holy Quran, especially chapter number 24, verses 30 and 31, these verses talk about, instruct the believers on wearing hijab. But in this, the first verse, that is verse number 30, gives instructions to men on lowering their gaze and dressing modestly, covering their body parts, so that that is purer to them. That is a word used by the Quran. And then comes the instruction to women also to cover and lower their gaze. So that, the objective is very clear that even by a look, a woman shouldn't be disturbed on having a constructive role in society, coming out to the society and playing a constructive role and a positive role in society. And is it for keeping women inside the house and stopping their progress that hijab is made obligatory? Definitely not. Actually, when a woman is staying inside the house, she need not have to wear hijab in front of the family people, her own relatives. She is not supposed to wear hijab, and instead she is supposed to adorn herself, take out all her, decoration and live happily with the family. But when she goes out, just as now during the corona period, how we were wearing the mask, or just as when people drive motorbike, how they wear the helmet, a woman is instructed to cover her head, or as the interpretation goes, some people believe that, even the face they cover just to protect themselves, so that they will be known as dignified women, they will be recognized and they will not be molested. This is the word used by the Quran, chapter number 33, verse number 51. You will be recognized and you will not be molested. And regarding the progress part, actually a woman is encouraged by the Prophet 14.5 centuries ago, when not only in Arabia, in the entire world, the situation of women was very pathetic. In Arabia, girls were buried alive because it was considered as a shame for the family to have a girl child, and they were buried alive. From that situation, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, following the instructions of the Quran, raised the status of the women to such an extent that people started wanting for girl children. People started honoring women. People started respecting women. People started listening to women. And women were allowed or encouraged to have engagement in the socio-political and economic affairs. The magic that the Prophet did was, he facilitated women with two things. One is education. He made it compulsory for women. And the second is, hijab is made compulsory, so that women are able to come out, and the entire social public atmosphere is so facilitating and conducive that women just have to focus on their education. So nowadays there is a question in the media that whether education is important or hijab is important. Both are important for a woman to progress. So, and then if we analyze, it's not just in Islam or the Quran or the Muslim society. especially with regards to the Indian society. If you analyze, you can understand that in every community, hijab is considered, covering the head is considered as something good and as a good practice. And you see many of the goddesses are depicted covering their head. The bridal dresses come in, with covering the head. And many of our sisters in different religion, they cover their head when they go out or when they go for some rituals in the temples or churches and so on. So it is considered as something good for society in every community. This is what I wanted to say. Now, with regards to the matter of choice, nowadays there is a lot of discussion going on regarding it is our choice, our choice. Actually, where is the choice come? If you analyze the instructions in the Holy Quran, chapter number 2, verse number 256, there is a verse, La ikraha fid din. That means there is no compulsion in the religion. It means in the selection of your faith, in the selection of your religion, there is no compulsion, and you are not supposed to compel anyone in the selection of your religion. Of course, you can preach, you can tell people this is good, this is what is given in the Quran, this is what the Prophet has taught us. All that you can do, but you can never compel anyone to accept Islam or choose this religion as their faith. This is where the choice comes. But once you are a believer, once you are mu'min, that is a term used by the Quran, you have no choice. Whatever is being instructed by the Quran and the Prophet, you are supposed to take it as compulsory, obligatory on you and follow it. This is given in chapter number 33, verse number 36. It says that, it is not for a believing man or a believing woman to have any choice in their affair when Allah and His Messenger have decided an affair for them. Just like prayer, 5 times prayer, or even fasting. See, fasting, it is prescribed in a particular month in the Hijra calendar. Suppose, this year it is going to come at a very hot period in India. So, if every, scholars or the Mohalla leaders, they join together and they decide that, okay, this time it is very hot, so we will change it to some other time when it's not that hot and it will be more convenient for people to observe fasting. It's impossible. So, just like that, whatever is prescribed clearly, clear cut as haram, halal and obligatory, there is no choice for a believing person. As far as selecting the belief or selecting the faith, just as the Constitution has given the right to choose, the Quran also has given the right to choose. And now regarding this progress and women's liberation discussions, there is a very general discussion or propaganda that oppressed if you are dressed. See, actually, if we analyze, this propaganda is supported by the corporate world, because hijab is a hindrance to all that, fashion and cosmetic industry. And nowadays, we know that, women's liberation is a much discussed topic, but we need to understand very clearly that the liberation is not from the dress or from men. A woman gets liberated when she is allowed to choose the faith of her own. She is allowed to follow the faith of her own, and she is allowed to go out in the public and engage and contribute and play a constructive role and fulfill her or give exposure to her talents without any hindrance or obstruction in the public's place, where she is accepted as a woman. That is called liberation. And now the fascist forces, they are trying to demonize hijab, and this is in their objective of polarizing the community and creating division among the people. And for that, they are trying radicalization of the youth, and that radicalization is getting normalized in our society. So, we as responsible citizens of the country, I suggest or I request that we need to understand what is good for us, and we need to learn the religious instructions from the roots, and we need to exchange each other what is there in each religion, and the dialogues, interfaith and interreligious dialogues are to be kept alive so that the beauty of India, unity in diversity, that will be maintained and that will be protected, and we live happily together in spite of all the differences in our religious faith, in our dress, in the way we eat, in the way we celebrate our special days, and we can live together in harmony without any problem. That is the beauty of India. That is the idea of India. May the Almighty bless all of us. Thank you very much.